Hello and welcome back to another Grant Me video. I'm Wesley and today I'll be talking to you about York University, more specifically how to get into York University. We have a 4-part video series about York and this is going to be the first out of these 4 videos. And as a whole, this is part of our Ultimate University Guide series where we take a look at Canada's top 20 universities and we give you lots of useful information such as how to get in, their entrance requirements, about the campus, their programs, and lots more. And before we get into the video, make sure that you like, subscribe, and ring the notification bell. That way you can stay up to date with our latest videos. I'm going to start this off by talking a bit about what York University is, in the off chance that you don't know much about this school. So York is obviously one of the top 20 schools in Canada, as I said earlier, but it's a leader in terms of international and research, and it is a driving force for positive change. It has a population of 55,000 students, and this allows for a supportive, inclusive, and diverse community that promotes personal growth and well-being. In terms of what it's really well known for, York University is known for encouraging bilingual study and diversity. It receives more than 10,000 international students every year, and it's consistently motivated its students to collaborate and participate in projects on an international scale. In terms of the rankings, it's been ranked first in Canada by Corporate Knights, Forbes, and CNN Expansion, and they have been awarded a total of 35,986 scholarships, which totals to about $75 million in scholarship money that they've been awarding. And as well, in terms of job prospects, about 94% of all graduates from York will eventually find a job within the next 2 years. In terms of the standout programs, York University has Canada's largest liberal arts program, and it also has the only space engineering program in the country, which is a pretty unique aspect of it. And as well, they've just unveiled a new global health program, and they also have a unique cross-discipline digital media program. Their kinesiology and health science programs are also ranked number 1 in Canada. So if you are looking to do liberal arts, space engineering, global health, or digital media, definitely York University is the best choice for you, but as well, their other programs are pretty high up there on Canadian rankings as well. With that out of the way, now let's move on to general admission requirements. In particular, what does York look for from its applicants? Well, York is looking for students who are not only interested in preparing for their long-term goals, but they're also looking for students who are interested in their professional success. And if you are an applicant applying from high school, in terms of your grades, York will take a look at your courses taken in grades 11 and 12 for consideration of your application. However, do keep in mind that York is a very selective university, and this means that even if you meet the minimum requirements that they have set, and even if you are able to submit everything on time, that is in no way a guarantee of your admission. You need to have a competitive application in order to stand out and get accepted to York. And so, I would highly recommend that if you want to create a competitive submission, you provide the following. Now, number 1 is a completion of a high school certificate. Obviously you want to graduate high school if you want to enter university, and you'll need a minimum average grade of 70%. Now keep in mind, if you are an international student, this average may be different. It depends on program requirements. If you did not study high school within Canada, you need to go on their website and double check which certificates are accepted and whether or not you have these certificates. Now, the number 2 way to submit a competitive submission is to have high school prerequisites to the faculty or program to which you are applying to at York. So try to orient your courses, or try to pick out courses that are kind of oriented or similar to your program of study. Also, personal essays and portfolios. These are a great way to showcase your drive and passion for your selective program. This is where you're really given a lot of creative freedom, and so I would highly recommend that you use this to your advantage and really try to make yourself stand out compared to other applicants, especially when you consider how competitive York is and how many students they have applying every year. This is the best way to set yourself apart. And number 4 is your English requirements. And so programs at York's Kiel campus, they are offered in English, Whereas in the other campus, which is called the Glendon campus, their classes are offered within a bilingual environment, so that's English and French. And if you want to gain admission, you need to demonstrate language proficiency in your program's language of instruction by presenting a minimum proficiency score on one of the accepted language tests that they have set out. And I won't really spend that much time talking about the requirements in depth, but I will give you a quick breakdown of what they expect for you right now. So I'm just going to be mainly talking about English requirements because if you mainly speak French, I don't know if you're watching this video, but for English requirements, they accept the TOEFL, which is the Test of English as a Foreign Language. And if you want to get accepted, you need to have a minimum grade of 83 on this test. There are also 4 alternate tests you can use, and these are the International English Language Testing Service, or IELTS. You need a minimum grade of 6.5 overall for that. You can use the Pearson PTE academic test. You need a minimum grade of 60 for that. You can take the Canadian Academic English Language Assessment with a minimum of 60. Or lastly, you can take the Cambridge English Language Assessment with a minimum score of 115. This is a very, very compressed version of the English requirements. I would once again highly recommend that you go over to their website. You can find it in more depth if you are very concerned about this. Alright, so that's amazing. We've gotten the general admission requirements out of the way. Excellent. But there's also specific requirements. You have to keep in mind that York has a ton of programs, and each one of these programs does have different program-specific requirements. So I would highly recommend, once again, that you go on York's website and you check the requirements of each program in order to guarantee that your application is competitive. And there are many different types of requirements that they have. This may be a specific GPA. They may require a supplementary application, and a supplementary application can include kind of additional written prompts. It can be a portfolio, something along those lines. Keep that in mind. And also, programs may require specific high school course prerequisites. So if you are perhaps going into the sciences, they may require that you have 2 Science 12 courses or something along those lines. Now, in terms of the grade averages, I'll give you a really quick breakdown just to help you out here. So if you are applying for a science or engineering program, the majority of faculties want an average in the high 70s to the mid 80s. If you are applying for humanities to liberal arts or liberal arts, faculties generally want an average within the mid 70s, and if you're going to the School of Business, they want an average from the high 80s to the low 90s. Now keep in mind, these are the requirements, these are the averages that they want, but if you want to guarantee your admission, you'll definitely want to aim higher than these. As I said earlier, York is a very competitive school. Even though you meet these averages, it in no way means that you're guaranteed admission. So keep that in mind and try to aim higher than that. But with that being said, that kind of wraps up everything that I wanted to talk about today in terms of our program and general requirements. But before you go, please do check out GrantMe's website, where we have a blog to keep you up to date with tips and tricks on scholarships and a bunch of other useful information as well. Follow us on Instagram, where we post consistent posts about scholarships and other university applications. This is a great resource to be aware of all the different scholarships out there, and as well, go to our description. We have a very helpful eligibility quiz there. That way you can see what your chances of getting into your top schools within Canada are. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, ring that notification bell, all that, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye for now.